Welcome back to the show. We got a great one lined up. Let's not waste any time. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on X, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.85 trillion market cap for crypto. The market's up 0.3%, but we see Bitcoin still at 83,600 plus. Some would say a blue light special at this point. Ethereum finally climbs back over $2,000. Hell, I even want to clap. What the hell's been going on there? ETHgate, maybe? I don't know. Number 4 spots XRP at 233. We're up 3.3 on the 24. We're up 5.3 on the 7-day here. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's look at the range of price very quickly. Ranging between 223 and 234. You can see we're at the top side of that range. We'll keep an eye on it. Did you get your ticket to XRP Las Vegas? Because if not, I don't know what you're waiting on. Listen, amazing things are lined up here. And beware, we've got some new announcements coming here. So we're going to be throwing out some new announcements as if we don't have enough already. Axelar, Omni. I mean, think of these names here. Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse on stage. Simon McLaughlin from Uphold, the president of MoonPay. The list just goes on and on. Adam from XRP Cafe and First Ledger, the largest meme platform on the XRP Ledger, come on in. My goodness gracious. And you won't believe it, EZA, we're giving away $25,000 to the best pitch from a builder or developer. What I'm telling you, we're bringing retail and developers and builders together because there's a synergy there that hasn't been tapped into because so many people have been trying to divide us all when in fact we're going to bring you together and we're going to make sure you win $25,000. How about that one? So make sure you get your ticket to XRP Las Vegas. You're going to learn things at this conference and meet people and make relationships that will last for a very, very long time. And join us today in the Freedom Zone. Boy, this is a day you're not going to want to miss for the cost, less than the cost of a cup of coffee per month. Per month. You get every single video every day with 0 Google ads. No more commercial cutting in. Gone. And let me tell you what else. We're going into those files that got released. JFK, baby. You're going to want to join the Freedom Zone. And then let's get started right here. The world's largest XRP conference. I'm telling you right now, you need to get your ticket and book your room. Remember, Bitcoin Vegas butts right up to ours. Flights and rooms. Think ahead. I want everybody to get there and I want to meet you. This here, look at this. XRP family, Brad Garlinghouse will be on business today. Bloomberg Business at 12 noon. Yeah, okay, talking about the market. So I can't wait to hear what Brad has to say about that. And North Carolina introduces a new Bitcoin reserve bill, which allows the state treasurer to invest up to 10% of public funds into Bitcoin. How about that? There goes North Carolina. And the SEC Crypto Task Force first roundtable session to discuss key areas of interest in the regulation of crypto assets will begin this week on March 21st. And this is getting exciting and will be streamed live to the public. And if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Chris Brummer has been selected to be a part of that SEC Crypto Task Force or Crypto Council. Now, I don't know if that's the same thing as a task force. So I don't know if he's at that or if he's just on the council or if the two are synonymous. There's so many different councils and forces. We got to keep an eye on it. But he will be on stage interviewing Brad Garlinghouse, I'll tell you that. Now, here's Matt Hogan, and listen to what he says about game theory is on, and I think he's right. And we're going to get deeper into it as this video goes on, too. Stay with us.
There has been so much fundamentally positive news, and it's just been buried sort of in the background. We've caused ourselves to ignore it. There's the strategic Bitcoin reserve, the SEC pulling back on essentially every lawsuit. There's progress on stablecoin legislation. There's talk of market structure legislation. There was the White House Crypto Summit. These are game-changing positive developments that should put Bitcoin trading at $150,000 or $200,000 today. It's been suppressed because in the short term, this overhang of the economic uncertainty is weighing on the markets. I think if that is released, we're at new all-time highs quickly, and we're on our way to where I think we'll be at the end of the year, which is Bitcoin 200,000. So I think there's been this sort of suppression of really good news. If that suppression is removed, I think it's a coiled spring. So in that scenario, I think we do exceptionally well.
Is there anything else that needs to happen to get us to Bitcoin at 200K by the end of the year?
I don't think so. You have these three horsemen of insatiable demand for Bitcoin. You have ETFs, which I continue to think will have strong net flows this year. You have companies. We saw MicroStrategy buying more Bitcoin. I think the number of companies buying Bitcoin is going to triple this year. I think the game theory is on. It's slower than people maybe want in this impatient crypto world, but I think countries around the world are going to be buying Bitcoin. So there's structurally more demand than supply in Bitcoin. I think all we need is to release this sort of economic gloom that's hanging over us. If we do that, I think it's straight to the races.
I think he's got that spot on. And we just reported that North Carolina state is moving towards a Bitcoin bill. So, as he said, in other countries, and now that the United States has announced that, we're going to get more into that idea here in just a second. This is fantastic news here. Okay. In just another 8 days, and let's just forget today, just another 8 days, Trump's SEC chair nominee, Paul Atkins, who has been the SEC chairman previously, inches closer towards becoming the new SEC chair, with a Senate hearing reportedly planned for 9 days from now, March 27th, according to Semaphor's Eleanor Mueller. So how about that? So I'm excited. The sooner the better with that, and then hopefully we can find out and remedy what's going on with this case. But now let's go to Paul Barron. By the way, who's going to be at XRP Las Vegas? This guy is crushing it out here. Take a listen as he talks to the gentleman from LCX Exchange. You're going to love what he says in the next couple of clips.
Listen, I want to get your opinion on the XRP Ripple strategic reserve position. What are your chances that you think Ripple is going to succeed in getting XRP into the reserve?
I think it's historic times. We have the first crypto president in the United States, and he's also pushing global markets, as we can see now.
Right.
But this announcement and the presidential tweet where he mentioned this U.S. strategic crypto reserve is really a milestone. This had been like a dream come true for the industry, and obviously mentioning XRP as one of the assets is moved the markets. A lot of speculation. At the end of the day, they decided to go with the pure Bitcoin strategic reserve at the first step, but we don't know what will happen now. In our opinion, a strategic crypto reserve is something every country needs.
There you have it. And I think he's got it spot on. And he does follow the close details because remember, after the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve was announced, the U.S. Treasurer, Scott Bessent, came out and said, well, listen, Bitcoin's the first asset in. There will be other digital assets going in that strategic reserve. So there will be the strategic reserve, which does not get sold. And there will be the stockpile, which has the ability to sell the assets. And the stockpile sounds a lot more like the escrow, just like Ripple holds that escrow. So you could sell that too every month. Now, taking a look at this here, this is where it gets very interesting with the same conversation with the gentleman from LCX Exchange. Coming to the XRP ledger, are they? Take a listen, watch closely. XRP ledger gets a wink out of this one.
What would be the future here for you guys if you were to choose now?
What I can tell you is it won't be on Ethereum because they need a different settlement layer, which is much faster and probably also offering a hybrid model between private and public disclosures. So if the Bank of America would step in, they don't want to disclose all their transactions like it is on Ethereum.
Well,
so it will be a hybrid model.
There's a blockchain out there. XRP Ledger would be a good one.
Go, Paul Barron.
No, you could go right there to it.
Oh, look at the wing. You saw the wing. Looky here.
To it. And oh, I like that. Okay, that's all I
I tell you what, Paul is an XRP family member. There's no question about it. And so is the LCX gentleman talking in this clip now. All right, now let's move here. This is Bo Hines, Executive Director on Digital Assets here. Take a listen to what he says.
Well, you know, we delivered on the president's promises that he made on the campaign trail. You know, the president was adamant about creating the SBR. We wanted to make sure that we did it right in a way that respected Bitcoin for being so unique, and also gave credence to innovation in other spaces of the digital asset world. So, you know, for us here, we look at Bitcoin, it's not a security, it's a commodity. It has intrinsic stored value that's traditionally accepted. It has, as David likes to describe, the immaculate conception.
It does not have an immaculate conception. The Department of Homeland Security interviewed the four Satoshis. Rana Sayad, special agent, told everybody that, especially the SEC and CFTC at the time several years ago. So that's a lie. That's not accurate. Now, that's why I cut in here to say this conversation gets even better, because if the government is willing to ignore that their own government agency, Department of Homeland Security, interviewed the Satoshis and carry the narrative of an immaculate conception as if someone found gold in the ground, then it's a U.S. government psyop at my house. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to cut in and say this every time I feel like I need to. Keep listening.
No issuer. And, you know, that's why, as you saw in the executive order, we compared this to digital gold. It's something that's imperative for the United States to have, retain, continue to build on. And I think that's worth pointing out that, you know, the way that this is constructed, we talked about ways of acquiring more Bitcoin in budget neutral ways that won't cost the taxpayer a dime. And what I like to say about this president, I think it's high time that our president started accumulating assets for the American people, which is what President Trump is doing, rather than taking it away. And I think that's one thing that we really wanted to make clear in this executive order. And we're looking forward to working with our partners at Treasury and the Secretary of Commerce in order to find those budget neutral ways in which we can acquire more. You know, I've been asked all the time, it's like, how much do you want? And I say, well, that's like asking a country, how much gold do you want, right? I mean, as much as we can get.
There you have it. The U.S. government wants as much Bitcoin as it can get. Stay with me here. Stay with me here. Now, we just heard Bo Hines make that statement on behalf of the U.S. government. Now, I asked the question, could it be the greatest signal that Bitcoin is a U.S. government psyop to serve as a financial band-aid while we get our U.S. house in order as we move into the new digital on-chain economy? Get the countries of the world to hold it and drive up the value so the whales who hold a large position, including China, have the liquidity to cash out without crashing the market. And this could help them, because what are we seeing? We're seeing a very, very new approach to government. We're seeing a welcomed new approach to government, which is to go in and scalp out the bureaucracy, right? The layers and layers of take till there's nothing left to take. Get it out of there. So the reality is that if that in fact is the case, we understand that Elon Musk has said multiple times, we've got to get this done or this country's bankrupt and this ship sinks. That's what happens. And we don't want that, because our life goes into like a Mad Max movie, except it's not a movie, right? So that's not something we want. So what are they doing? They're throwing the kitchen sink at everything to get this done. You know, the same kitchen sink that went in with Elon to X when he got that fixed up. That's what we're seeing here. So how are they doing that? Waste, abuse, fraud, Doge, right? Tariffs. What else? Maybe Bitcoin, strategic reserve. Pump up everybody's bags, including countries. Help everybody out to get out of debt because we're transitioning to a new on-chain economy. While what happens? We introduce a very new real money into our system, inside the financial system. Hello, XRP. Hello, XLM. Hello, digital assets, especially the ones that may get zero capital gains, right? Take a listen to this clip.
Who knows, maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you want it to?
I do think it speaks to what I have said here, about the idea that Bitcoin's been floated in as this financial band-aid. I've even gone as far as to say, for the geopolitical argument's sake, you're watching the tariffs be used as a leverage tool to get U.S. manufacturing back in this country and out of China. And in order to do that, I think you have to recognize Bitcoin, or China is the second largest holder of Bitcoin, which means that if they put it in a strategic reserve in the US, they're obviously going to drive the price up. And who's going to benefit? The second largest holder of Bitcoin, China, right? Well, if they're going to benefit and you're ripping the manufacturing out of their country, which is the heart of their economy, and they're in a recession right now, this may be the parting gift to keep us from physical war with China. So more to come.
Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you?
And there you have that. You know, you have to consider this. What's happening? We've got to get our house in order, and I would think I'd want to see the current administration use every single possibility to get that job done as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, here it is, the color code from Eggrad Crypto to one and only, baby. He shows us the range of noise. It's a little wider. We could go all the way down to 117 if they wanted to. But all of this shows you where we are here. And you know where we are right now in a range of support. It's that 340 I want to see us get above, because I know that that's when all of those targets that everybody wants to see and has talked about for so long has the opportunity to absolutely become a reality. That's what I'm excited about. And pulling out, take a look at this from Steph's Crypto. XRP 25 right here. And look where we were, XRP 2017, and the bottom happened. It wasn't down here. It popped off from right here. And I was there for it when it happened. So this is something to watch closely, ladies and gentlemen. And how far will it go when it finally does? I'm here for it. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. Hit that join button under the title, or drop down the more button in the description and click the Patreon and join us, or hit the join button right on YouTube. I'm telling you, this is going to be fire today. I hope you will join us. We're going into the JFK files, and everything that could have gone down, we're still unfolding and unpacking it all. We're starting today. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one. Oh, boy.